Hi, Josh Barker with RE/MAX Town & Country Real Estate, and this serves as our market update for the month of September 2018. Like I like to do each month, I'm going to go ahead and present a slide to you now, and this is the sales report for the Shasta County Multiple Listing Service for the month of August, so just for last month. Now what this report does is it breaks down sales by price range, and it also breaks it down by actives and homes that have recently closed and homes that have currently gone under contract. What's good about a report like this is it begins to separate opinion from fact. And what we want to focus on when we think about real estate here in Shasta County is what's really taking place. Now, before I dive into this report, what I want to share with you is prior to the Carr fire coming to, hitting Redding and the surrounding areas. Prior to that, what we were beginning to see up and down the West Coast was all the way from Seattle all the way down to San Diego, is where we were beginning to see real estate markets begin to slow down in terms of rate of appreciation. Days on market was extending in a lot of these markets. There was more and more price reductions prevalent in those markets, and so we were beginning to see the market shift a little bit, not going down, but preventing it from going up at an alarming rate anymore. Now that was carrying over into June and July. And what happened is that when the Carr fire hit us, it absolutely disrupted our market, and we're not going to be trending along the same spectrum as the other communities up and down the West Coast at this point. So for example, in the month of August, I'll circle this for you in red, there were 297 properties that closed escrow. Now that number is actually down from a year before when there was 320 properties that closed escrow. And the reason why that's taking place is, again, when you looked up and down the West Coast, we started to see things shifting prior to the Carr fire. Now what happened after the Carr fire, and I'm going to put this slide in for pending home sales for the month of August. Look at this number, I'll circle it for you in red as well. There were 412 properties that went under contract. Now if you compare that to a year ago when there were 288, that means that sales increased by over 40%, new pending home sales in the month of August over a year before. Now, a lot of that has to do with immediate needs that buyers had due to the Carr fire. So people that had the financial means at that time to be able to transact and purchase real estate were doing so at a higher rate than they were before. Now, the question that I'm going to be getting, and I'm sure that you've been thinking and a lot of people have been discussing, is what is this going to do to home prices? Well, real estate is a function of supply and demand. And so as long as the supply of homes available for purchase stays strong or high and sales volumes remain fairly moderate, we shouldn't see a huge increase in home values, although we all expect to see a small bump. So the slide I'm going to present to you now, this is our active home listings. And in this slide, it shows that there's 1,078 properties available for purchase currently. If you compare it to a year ago, there was 1,108. So you can see where our inventory is a little less, not much, but a little bit less than what it was last year. Well, that's not surprising knowing that we had probably a record August in terms of pending home sales due to the fire. So that does help us to understand, okay, it took away some of our inventory. But I want you to look at this slide. I'll put this in as the final presentation for slides. This here shows how many new listings came to the market in the month of August. There was 451 new listings that came to the market. A year ago in the same month, there was 417. So the new inventory coming to the market in August was up by 8% compared to last year. Now what this could mean is that a lot of homeowners are recognizing that the fall between September, October, November, and December, these could all prove to be abnormal and higher than normal sales volumes and responses to the market for selling a home. And so a lot of sellers, I believe, are going to come to the market in the fall when they normally may not have come to the market until spring of next year. So as long as there's new inventory becoming available for purchase, while we have this bump or increase in home buyers because of the Carr fire, as long as we're meeting that demand with additional listing inventory, we could expect our market to remain fairly balanced when it comes to home prices. Now, I believe that we'll probably see a small bump in prices, there's no question. Whenever you have a disruption like this, that's normal. However, at the same time, as long as we continue to bring new listings to the market at a good volume, we should be able to keep prices somewhat stable. That way when we go into next year, when home buyers have met or buyers that lost their homes during the Carr fire, as they have met their immediate needs for housing and sales volumes return back to a normal balanced volume, at least at that point, we shouldn't see a major disruption in prices either. So in any case, that's the market update for the month of September. If you have any questions at all, feel free to give us a call. We're always here to help. I hope you have a great September, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.